The homeless are treated so well these days, especially in liberal areas. Flagstaff is pretty liberal, um, and that's a good thing. But these homeless people, more than anything, they want to be treated like they exist, they matter. And so we just met Dylan Hernandez and his beautiful little half Rottweiler, half German Shepherd, even though it looks just like a Rottweiler. And we spent a few minutes with him, young 23-year-old, and he really enjoyed meeting us. Gave him $1. I can't even buy you a cup of coffee unless you go to McDonald's up here. But this is for all my Catholics. If you really, really want help with a difficult area in your life, I have a foolproof method, and that is you pray all 4 rosaries, all mysteries every day, and at the end of each rosary, you say La Memoria to Mary. La Memoria. That's a beautiful prayer. And ask her for help with that area. And you will immediately see growth and help in that area. I do it periodically. I started about 4 days ago doing 4 a day. And I'm also doing the 7 Sorrows Rosary. So that's actually 5 rosaries a day. But with me, I have generational curses and demons attached to my bloodline. And so all of a sudden the nightmares have ratcheted up. And just demonically influenced people are coming out of the woodwork. But also just the peace, love, and joy. I'm just in the best mood all day long. And I will get help in those areas that I request. Like I've already seen help with my non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. But I had too large of a meal last night, and that's working against me. With this fatty liver disease, your liver's like on slow-mo. It can only process so much food. So if I fast all day, and when I get to that last meal of the day, I want to just eat a large meal. And then I've been counterproductive. But that's just my issues. But I got a nightmare, not last night, but the night before. I think it was probably from Satan. And I was standing with my dog, like where a car would park. Like I was standing right behind like a minivan because he was smelling something as we crossed the street. So I stopped and let him smell it. And then I look up, and out of the sky comes a helicopter falling down right towards me and him. And it's obviously going to hit about maybe 10 yards in front of us. And so the shrapnel and the whole thing would be coming at us, and that minivan would have been pushed into us. And so I realized that even if I had maybe 1.5, maybe 2 seconds, even if I totally jumped to the right or totally jumped to the left, there was no way we were going to avoid this, because we were right in the center of the helicopter. So we had 3 feet on the back of the compartment, and then 6 feet of the tail with that blade spinning in the back, and then a good 8 feet of the main compartment on the left side of us. So we were perfectly centered. There was no way I was going to be able to save myself. And the demon meant for that dream for me to be scared. And actually in the dream, I smiled. I saw myself smiling, going, I'm going to be meeting Jesus in this very minute. I'm going to be with my Heavenly Father. And I got so excited, but then my mind went off of myself to my dog. I was thinking, All this happened in a split second. I was thinking, I just wish there was a way I could save my dog, even though he's 14 and he only has like a year or two at the maximum left. I was so happy for myself, but so upset that I couldn't do something to save him because he's innocent, But I think that backfired on him. It wasn't a nightmare. It was a dream. I was so happy that I was going to be seeing Jesus within 20 or 30 seconds. And in the dream, I got a big smile and I was all excited because I knew I was going to be squished like an ant under someone's foot. It would be so quick that it would be relatively painless. And bam, I would just be there standing in front of Jesus within no time at all. And Mother Mary. Because, saying the Rosary every day, especially if you're doing it 4 times a day, you're saying, pray for our sinners now and at the hour of our death. And we obviously feel that we're sinners, So when we say that, we're praying for all the sinners, but also ourselves. And if you're saying rosaries over years, think about how many times you are saying, please be there, Mother Mary, at the moment of my death. God bless. I forgot. I just wanted to add that, the more difficulty we're dealing with, the more grace we're given and the more love we feel. I like to call it the love from above. So, like in these increased prayers I'm saying, I'm feeling both more love and getting more taunting nightmares. I mean, for me to get 4.5 hours sleep per night is a good night. I had like 3, not last night, but the night before, and then about 4.5 last night. No, more like 3.5. But the high elevation up here and the sleep deprivation, I'm noticing more wrinkles. But who cares, right? But the more grief and the more toil that we go through, the more love we get. The Lord draws near to the brokenhearted and those crushed in spirit. So just wanted to add that in there. God bless.